What's going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today we're going to talk to you about SoFi. I want to go over some of the data points, break down what moved it, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So SoFi did close 3.06% in the red, 13.42 the low, 14.27 the high. So no different than the last couple of trading days, just a lot of fear associated to inflation. And tomorrow is the very big day, Nvidia earnings after hours. And in my opinion, that is going to be that kind of relief in the broader market, or potentially could really escalate the downtrend. But what I do find rather comical about what's happening in the broader market is yesterday and today, the market opened up for roughly 5 to 10 minutes relatively fine. Even pre-market, everything looks absolutely normal. And then as soon as the market does open, 10 minutes pass, you just have a crazy sell-off. So it does signal that the big players are the ones that are doing all this craziness behind the scenes and essentially are trying to benefit through puts. Because that's the only reason why it'd be done during the trading day versus pre-market. That's just my opinion, of course, but definitely something to, it's interesting overall. But 63.1 million shares being traded, 45.8 is the average. So there was a abnormal amount of transactions occurring today on the dark pool, and some pretty big ones as well. So these are all the transactions above $100,000. So at pretty much 307, so the market just closed, there was two big transactions, and it was at the exact same time, so it is fair to assume it was pretty much the same entity, but 19.1 million for that, and then 3.13 is the other. So definitely something to take note of. Maybe big money is accumulating possibly, but 1.08 million, 1.3, so a lot of big transactions on the dark pool as well as on the secondary market. Even on after hours, you have 6.9 million, 3 million, 1 million, 9.5, another repeat 9.5, and then 41.2. So a hell of a lot of big money is getting into SoFi after hours for whatever reason. So maybe something is coming, or possibly they see a recovery maybe coming. Let me know your general thoughts on that. But today there wasn't any substantial data points. A couple of Fed speakers, no different than tomorrow. So it's just going to be that what is driving the market. And then SoFi actually did put out news. So it was this right here, more linked to Galileo, no different than the previous news. And yeah, this is all fine and dandy, but still, in my opinion, still within the set box. So not really innovative enough for me, at least. So this is good FYI, but not a good reason to buy SoFi or sell. What's been floating around, for instance, on Robinhood is Vlad did state that he sees in the foreseeable future like Robinhood doing something with real estate. So you obviously have to go to them for everything. So they're trying to be like a SoFi equivalent where everything to do with like finance, you will go to Robinhood. If you want to deal with futures, so deal with like, let's say oil or whatever, you want to trade futures, you can do it there. You want to do gambling, I think that got denied for the most part, but again, if you wanted to do something finance related, gamble, buy a house, sell a house, do something, it'd be all through Robinhood. That's kind of what SoFi does need to do. They're just playing too timid. Some people like that, some people don't. But I don't know. Let me know your general thoughts on that. Shorts didn't do jack all today. So 11.86% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 127.65 million shares overall are being shorted. Cost to borrow minimum has corrected itself. So it is, for the first time in almost like 3 weeks, it is positive 0.18. But today shorts did return roughly around 4,000 shares. So not all that much in reality. But moving on from here though, looking at options, 25 million in calls, 11 million in puts, 44% of all the options being done today were bearish in nature and kind of in line with the norm. So today was 35.7 million in total premiums, yesterday 34.6, 30 the day prior, so somewhat in line, but today does mark the 5th consecutive red day for SoFi. So it's been a long time since we've had 5 consecutive red days. So not the best kind of chain of events. And so over the last 5 days, it is down 11.65%. Over the last 1 month, down 14%. So kind of crazy how things are playing out. But of the call options that are being purchased, you do see a consensus for it to be roughly around that 15 to 15.50. So some recovery is anticipated, and then the bears are anticipating for it to be sub 13. So a little bit more upside is still anticipated based on everything. But aside from all of that though, with it at 13.92, trading between this S1 and this S2, so 14.49 is going to be that next strong target / resistance. 13.89 is that next strong support. So today it kind of just traded within this range for the most part. Did break this S2 momentarily first thing, but it did get bought up for the most part. But just take note of those support and resistance points going forward. Aside from that, no new analyst ratings, nothing along those lines. On the actual chart itself, today it did kind of close on that 100-day moving average. So that is going to be a key point to really watch for going forward. If not, then you could see it just trade between that 200 and 100-day moving averages for at least the foreseeable future. So let me know your viewpoint on that. Stochastic RSI is very oversold. So the first piece of good news, you could see kind of a rush, a value rush coming in. And I think the next big thing that would be coming out, it doesn't even have to be specific to SoFi, but NVIDIA earnings, like I already said. So that might be the next big thing to prompt a broad market recovery. So let me know your thoughts on SoFi. Give yourself a shout out. Did you buy the dip? Did you sell? Is there some aspects from this news that did come out that maybe I'm overlooking and there's something crazy of value in this? And if so, let me know in the comments below. I actually did buy a little bit. I believe like last week I mentioned that I moved some money around, made a brand new portfolio. So I'm going to be kind of showing my transactions. So I did 2 transactions today, as you can kind of see. So I only bought 50 shares of SoFi, 14.06, and then I did buy 15 shares of AMD at 100, and I believe I bought it at 108. So not the best bottom, but I do have a lot of available cash. I'll be buying the dip if necessary, and then as I mentioned, I'll be showing you kind of some of my transactions and options that I've been doing and what I will do in the foreseeable future. So I'll try and make a mental note to always remember to do this. It's kind of funny. I have like I think 7 or 8 different actual brokerages, many different accounts, all specific purposes of each. And I completely forgot I had this. So I kind of remembered the market was dipping. I'm like, might as well buy some. So yeah, bought AMD, SoFi. There's a lot of other stocks that are on my watch list, such as Palantir, but it's not at that sweet spot just yet. Ticker MU, I'm going to be buying them most likely as well. But yeah, stay tuned. Let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. And one final thing, if you're looking for some kick-ass buy signals, pop over to my Patreon and get buy signals on stocks, options, and crypto. Many of them have been absolutely on point and bangers. Definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.